Hello, I'm Jacqueline. Somehow with Team Gabriel, I might have asked a question or something like that through email. And I had no doubt that I wanted to go with Team Gabriel because you guys were always on my radar. I couldn't believe it. And I was able to contact Kayla. Kayla Zimmerman was my real estate agent. Team Gabriel is the best. From Kayla to Tammy, to everybody that make this happen for me, I'm thankful. I would recommend Kayla to others because she listens. She listens. And she's very good at that and very good at, it's like each condo that we went in, she was very knowledgeable about the things in the condo. Like I could say maybe some like square footage maybe, or, this house is this old or, so she was able to answer any questions. A great resource. For me, I just made a connection with her. And there were a lot of things that, I hadn't thought about for years. And it was like, I didn't know who to turn to, for resources. And she just provided a list of people, and of course it was up to me to see if I would go with those people. Everything just fell into place. So a good resource, what makes her good to work with, patient, understanding. And then after we looked at a few condos, she was like, I know this is not your type. Knowing your client, knowing your client, knowing what they want. And I think that came at the very last condo that I looked at, and I was like, this is it. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to need to take a break. And then when I found this, and she was like, this is you. I said, I know, but so, just her getting to know me and knowing the things that I liked. So when she saw things, she had in mind the things that I had told her that I wanted. I just felt confident in her abilities to, not try to just tell me anything, but, basically in a professional way, give me her ideas or, if she had any suggestions or anything like that. And that I could recommend her to anyone that's looking, I would definitely recommend not only Kayla, Team Gabriel. Everything makes her great. Awesomeness, her personality, like I said, her patience, definitely her patience. Because I don't know if I could have been Kayla. I'd probably say, this lady is crazy. Does she really want to move? I was like Kayla at one point when we were looking at houses. I said, you must be tired of me. She never said, yes, she was. She just said, yeah, we have looked at quite a few condos. But, I appreciate her. I appreciate the realty company. You guys have always been on my radar. I didn't know Kayla then, but everybody kept me in the loop. It wasn't, when I did have doubts, I would either email Dan or either I would email Kayla. And then any questions, and she said, well, let me look into it and I'll give you a call back. She never disappointed me. Never. Another one of God's blessings, and part of my journey, as far as people that I met that had a heart of gold. And just communication, just communicated with me, kept me in the loop, kept me posted. And I know she was working with several other clients, but just to be able to take the time, to call me back and to listen to my concerns. The good thing about Kayla, she's always calm, always patient. It's going to be okay. Let me check into it. I'll get back to you. And, just true to her words. Yeah, I have nothing but, praises. I think about it, and it's been a few years on this journey, not necessarily looking for a house, but getting prepared. I was in the military. I previously lived in Georgia, and I moved back here in 2013. While I was here, I stayed with my sister-in-law who lived in Enfield from 2013 probably to about 2016. So after getting on my feet for about a year and a half, working, getting my credit score up, I rented a house in Northampton. So they decided that they wanted to sell the house. Of course, they gave me first dibs on it, but, I wanted to come back this way. And so we went back and forth and stuff. They said, well, we're going to go ahead and sell the house. That's when I really got serious about looking for a house. I was pre-approved for a veterans loan, and we started looking. And we looked and we looked and we looked. What I realized looking, I wanted a condo, and, I just wanted something quiet. So there were, I can't even tell you how many condos we looked at. She would call, say, I see a condo, want to look at it? Sure. And then I would see some things and, I was interested, and then they just didn't pan out to what I wanted. The last condo she showed me was like 5 miles away from this gym. I rode down 5 miles down. And so the sign is very unassuming. It's nothing that will make you excited. But I drove in the parking lot and I was like, this is it. They only had like 10 units. And what I found out, it was for people 55 and older. And that was another thing. So I called Kayla the same day that she showed me the last one. And I said, I found, this condo that I'm really interested in. And so she said, okay, we could set up an appointment, for tomorrow. And so once we came, we set up the appointment, we came, and you know how some people say you just know it? Once I came through those doors, I knew it. The house, condo's absolutely beautiful in very pristine shape. We looked, went down in the basement, went upstairs. As a matter of fact, the owner, was still here, but she let us look through the house. And I was like, I want it. I want it. But this is when the rough part comes. So I had already been approved by a VA loan, but the condo association doesn't accept VA loans. So we ran into a hitch there somewhat, and I asked Kayla, did she have any recommendations? Does she know anyone who has done mortgages? Because they don't accept VA loans, and the VA doesn't, they wouldn't cover this anyway. For some particular reason, they had a list of, they were very specific about like which condos that they would cover. And if they don't cover it, then I'm going to have to go with somebody else. So that night I called Dan Sack at North Point Mortgage. And right away, he was like, well, let's see what we can do. We talked. He said, let me crunch some numbers. Let me get back to you. But when I told Kayla I wanted it, by the time she got home, she put in the offer and the owner accepted it right away. During this whole process, after I had taken the personal money that I had, I was able to, my people that I rented from, they said, well, we're going to give you, these last couple of months, because my rent was like $1,500, to just save so you could get to your house. And so that's when I talked to Dan, and that's when a real hard work started. So he did his numbers and he said, we'll work on it. You need to get me these documents, this, that, this. I was like, oh God, and I thought I was prepared. He said, are you organized? And I thought I was really, really organized. But guess what? I wasn't as organized as I thought, because kind of moving from several places and things like that, the papers that I had, they were organized, but I needed like W-2 forms. I needed my tax statements. I needed this. I needed that. So that's when it got kind of stressful. And I reached out to another agency to help me, recover some of the things that I just could not find. And that took a couple of weeks. In the meantime, Dan, was requesting documents. It was a process, going back and forth, getting this, getting that, taking the homeowners class. He had a checklist. I made the offer Sunday night. And then I knew I had to have earnest money to put down. So really we had the month of April to get all the paperwork, together. I got excited, I think, when he was saying, well, we're in review. And I'm like, yes. It's like, wait. You still haven't gotten the loan yet. We're just reviewing. I said, Kayla, I think that was like maybe April 26th or something like that. I think that was basically the hardest part. And then after that, once finally getting approved, so I got through with the home inspection. I got through with the appraisal. We're still waiting. And of course, the closing was extended. It was supposed to be April 29th, but it turned out to be that Friday. I can't remember the date. I think it's May 6th. That Wednesday before the final closing, I guess at the last minute, they had went through all the papers, everything. They had a checklist. So the only thing I was missing was my DD 214. So I sent that. Oh, it's not a clear copy. And if you've ever been in the military, their copies are crappy. I just panicked. I was like, well, am I going to get the loan? I said, am I not going to get the loan? He was like, who's saying that? You just need to send me a clear copy of this DD 214. So that was Wednesday. So I was kind of on pins and needles. I think Kayla and I, are we going to do the closing Friday or are we going to have to extend it again? So then when they said, okay, it's, closing is, Friday. But I was like, oh no. I said, should I believe it or not? But I'm just, I'm getting emotional. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Did everyone keep you up to date on what was happening so you weren't left in the dark wondering, oh my.
Yeah. And when I didn't hear from Dan, I heard from Kayla. And she said, well, I'm going to give him a call and try to push him along, And then the emails from Tammy, just giving me information as far as moving, closing day. Okay, we need this form. I made sure I would email Tammy, Kayla, and Dan to show them that I did send copies of what I needed. Just takes special people to be in a real estate business. I just had so much support, so much help. And I can't say enough. I can't say enough. And, I told people, yes, I'm going to retire or expire here. I'm not going anywhere else. As far as telling other people, just be prepared, with your tax statements, your bank statements. And the most important thing is just having people around you that you can trust. I always felt comfortable talking with, Kayla. We built a bond and it was professional as well as just everything. So I appreciate it. And I felt comfortable. And that was the thing. It's not what people say. A lot of times it's how they make you feel. As you get older, you learn or you gain wisdom and you have discernment. And so it was just a win-win all the way around.